We are back with game number 2 of Vox vs. Gale. Draft underway. And first band are Tyrande and Jaina.
We're playing on Sky Temple.
Do you think Vox can do something very similar to what they did last time against Momentum?
Possibly they might try to do that. It was a very risky, but they were able to pull it off against Momentum. Maybe they can do the same against Gale Force.
This is true. I feel like Gale Force is more experienced and can probably handle a little bit better. Not to knock Momentum, but I just think Gale Force has it together just a little bit better.
Definitely agree with you on that.
And with their first pick, not surprising. This is
Uther's
Vox
definitely
coming
going to
off.
be a still #1 pick.
And there's the Tastar and Zagara. Again. Maybe we will see the exact same comp if Gale Force doesn't do anything to counter it. KT and the Arc. Gale Force sure loves their Kel'Thas.
Yes, they do. I think they picked Leorc to try to get those entombs off, though.
Let's see if they can do it. What do you think Gale Force is going to go ahead and ban against this team? Maybe Abathur or Zeratul?
I could definitely see them banning the Abathur. Abathur is just really great on this map. He can soak while temples are active and just create a lot of pressure.
I agree. The Sonya ban from Vox. Followed
There
by...
goes the Abathur ban.
There it is. You called it. Abathur's an interesting hero too, just because he's able to provide so much pressure and so much soak without having to really contribute too much early game. But that hat is pretty devastating.
It is, and it can help put out a lot of damage.
Vox grabs Sylvanas. It's very similar to the comp they ran against Momentum on Sky Temple.
Do you think that we'll see Zeratul again?
Possibly. I feel like the Tyrael is a pretty good pick, and I feel like it's a replacement for the Abathur just because it's another form of engage with Zeratul, so it's very possible we see Zeratul here. I don't think Gale forced to pick up Zeratul against this whatsoever, so I'm pretty sure it's free game for Vox if they want it.
And there goes a follow pick.
Not surprising. Ball's just a good all-around hero, and multi-shot does pretty good poke to this comp. If Tassadar can't get enough shields off, then the poke definitely stacks up. Especially if Vox doesn't run a true support again.
I think Vox might try to run a true support this time.
That is possible, just like a hit-and-run strategy with the Sylvanas and the Zagara.
Mm-hmm.
And Muradin for the last pick, double warrior again. And ETC on the left side of Vox. So no real support, just another warrior. In your mind, which team wins this draft?
I have to go with Gale Force on this, but Fox has had some surprising comps, and I think that they definitely have a chance of pulling this off.
They do. Oh, let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and get into game. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our sponsor once again, Red Road Gaming. Thank you for sponsoring these tournaments and letting this happen. Also, a big shout out to Jolvin and Akari for supporting us as well. And here we go, game 2.
Okay.
Alright, let's go ahead and introduce the teams. On blue side, we have Voxnelli, Sryan ETC, Rixie on Tassadar, Bebeb and Zagara, Hosty on Tyrael, and Goat on Sylvanas.
On blue side, we have Hao on Muradin, Kaluzian on Leo, Mysticles on Kael'thas, I on Vala, and Ball and Beast on Uther.
Looks like Gale Force is going to go ahead and do their block the minion strategy. Or maybe not. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and go. They're rushing to that vision point to try to get early pressure. Maybe like a Tassadar? Maybe ETC. Oh, ETC is maybe just going to walk away here. Nah, he's keeping pressure for it. He wants it. Suddenly an ETC.
Are they going to get the ETC kill?
A lot of stuns, a lot of damage. And
And
Stray
they
goes
do.
down. Wow. Good job, Gale Force.
But Vox wants to go down and put a lot of early pressure on the bottom gate.
They do. Sylvanas, Tassadar, and Zagara almost got a tower already. That's
Gale
crazy.
Force is responding.
With Leoric and KT, they can definitely stop this push, but they really can't push into them. Sylvanas and Tassadar are rotating mid lane to push that in as well. I think Vox is going to do some hit and run strategies and kind of push in where they can and soak the XP up while Gale Force has to respond to the pressure.
Yes, I agree with that. Because Vox definitely they don't have a lot of burst damage. They have more sustain. So doing these hit and run strategies will definitely help them out and get the experience lead that they need.
They're going to go in and pressure top lane, Vox. ALMAO is trying to pressure them off of it. Mysticles coming up for some support. And Gale Force is already on middle shrine. There's still action mid lane though, or top. Goat taking damage.
How staying on mid, gonna probably get as much of that as he can.
Meanwhile, Leoric and Zagar just go ahead and soak bot lane. And we have a 3-3 top lane. And looks like Gale Force needs a pause for a moment. 1 second, we'll figure out what's going on. One second, guys, we'll get you right back into the action. Looks like we are back in game. And here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little bit of a client error on Gale Force's side.
Gale Force responding to mid lane, pushing Tyrael off the point.
Looks like there's going to go ahead and trade with Gale Force being slightly behind. Just slightly, though. Cigar is pushing in the Arc pretty hard, and KT comes down to help deal with it, while the Arc backs.
A little brawl down at mid lane.
Both survived, but that was definitely in Vox's favor.
Vox goes ahead and moves to the bruiser camp.
Shrey and Gale seem to be getting that fairly easy with the help of Rixie. Meanwhile, all the teams just continue to soak and try to get level 7. The next big talent tier.
Gale Force heads over to their siege camp.
Will they get
They're
their
able to
bruises,
take
though?
that. Vox heading up to top fort, pushing that in. Gonna probably take that down.
Looks like they will with the bruiser pressure to help them out. Down it goes. 3 minutes. Gale Force is going to go ahead and clean it up and try to get level 7 around the same time. But they are losing middle soak. And they realize that and then murdered him back middle. Uther is bot against Zagara and just kind of keeping the soak up, trying to get level 7.
And now they move to mid lane to put more pressure there.
Meanwhile, Gale Force goes bruisers. Good damage from Mysticles. And mid wall goes down. Vox just on the push game. Good damage on the How. How may still go down, and he jumps away for safety. Good trade back on dance from Mysticles.
Zagara creating a lot of pressure at bottom.
She really is. We're having a hard time dealing with that. But maybe she gets caught out here by Gale Force. Nowhere to run, nowhere to help her. Looks like this is Zagara going down, and it is. Good catch by Gale Force. They should get this temple uncontested. And they are, while Vox go ahead and push his top on for free, pretty much. Massive damage to those towers already. Gale Force going to respond to it while trying to soak the tower as well. And looks like Vox is going to go ahead and back off. DC taking bot point. Forcing the Arc away. Gale Force gets the last remaining shots. And Force Wall goes down as Vox hits level 10. But Gale Force disengages. Anything unusual for level 10 talents? Bot lane getting pushed in by Vox. We do have Sanctification coming out for tier, which is a bit surprising, but Sanctification is seeing a lot of play nowadays, and we also have Stage Out from ETC with a lot of split lane pressure. Gale Force engaging bottom. Zagara with the 2-man Maw. Probably getting out of this, okay? Gale Force going to go ahead and back away with Hal being low health.
Yeah, I am.
Gale Force is getting their siege camp. ETC pressuring top because he has that stage dive. He can get wherever the team needs him. Gale Force looking for the engagement. Bevhead getting caught out.
Bevhead is probably going to go down here.
And he does. Signification was wasted on nothing. House too low on mana to possibly continue on this fight. And Gale Force to take their kill and back away.
ETC putting a lot of pressure up on Mysticles.
Having that stage dive lets him just do whatever he wants and then join his team whenever he needs to. While having to clear bot lane. Possibly a mid-fight over this middle temple.
Tyrell's going to go ahead and take bottom temple.
Gale Force retaliating by trying to engage mid lane. Stray and Rixie just walking away.
Now Gale Force is rotating down to bottom.
Now they're not. They're going back middle. Looks like they aren't sure what they want to do. Vox has acquired level 13, and Gale Force needs to hit 13 before they can really take a big fight.
There goes the stage dive.
Good stun for the disengage from Hal.
Hosty falling down Leo.
Leo's going to go ahead and try to finish this temple, but Hosty's going to go ahead and try to fight him. And we have a wet noodle fight, with Hosty winning. Stray's coming in. The Arc might get caught out here. He doesn't have his E available. And
He does go down.
Just too far out without the right cooldowns.
And it looks like ETC, Tyrael, and Zagara are running away from bottom lane.
Gale Force looking to fight now they've acquired level 13. And the Force Walls, let me go ahead and consider the disengage.
Sylvanas trying to take Gale Force's Bruiser camp.
The Orc's onto this, and Gale Force is starting to respond, but the Force Wall may be enough to keep them away. Great Force Wall. Collusion in there on the Orc.
ETC with the stage dive.
Hosty in trouble.
Sanctification going out.
Big
and a
maw.
great maw. That was a fantastic maw.
And Gale
And the Force Wall keeping him in.
Still a pretty close fight. No one's really dropping yet.
There goes the chain bombs.
The
Ether
Orc
goes down.
So does the Orc.
Muradin just barely getting away. The sliver of health.
Gale Force looking to chase.
ETC's getting pretty low. Are they going to take him out? And they do.
Hosty dropping low as well. Lala dropping very low. Probably needs to go ahead and back up here because Uther is bottom clearing.
Goat and Rixie are taking the bottom siege giants.
Looks like Gale Force and they go trying to get on the spot temple, hopefully getting it for free without Vox contesting, but I don't think that'll happen. Unless Vox go ahead and just shows mid with this Sylvanas combo.
Vox just picked up their level 16 talents.
We do have a cold embrace coming on the side from Sylvanas, but a team fight breaks out.
There goes that Force Wall.
Nice Divine Shield.
And Vox continuing to go and take the bottom temple.
So in chat earlier, I saw him mentioning the Groupies talent on ETC. Groupies has been acquired and just gives Vox a huge teamfight presence with a nice AoE heal. Vox
Oh, it
is
was a
buffing.
great wall, denying Gale Force from engaging on them.
And Vox is going to finish up this temple and push in bottom.
Looks like they're going to try to go for the KT kill.
Nice force wall.
Gale Force pushing back though.
Gale Force almost level 16, almost at the point where they get a little more scary and able to contest with this Vox team. That teamfight breaks out.
ETC going in. There goes the Sanctification. And a one-man Maw.
Strafe has been popped.
Chain Bomb's going out, dealing massive damage. And
this
Goat goes
Gale Force
down.
here. Nice force wall. Let's look at the 1-0 on the side of Gale Force. What can they do with this though? It is Sylvanas down, so Vox is missing some of their key damage. Can they just go push mid for this?
Looks like that's what they're attempting to do. Tyrael and ETC trying to push them back, though. ETC might go down here. And he does.
Gale Force swinging this momentum back in their favor. Getting this middle wall.
And now here comes Vox, trying to push him back.
Goat looking for damage. Gale Force is low though.
And it's a good wall, but not able to really capitalize off of it.
York may go down.
There goes the Phoenix,
That
just
signals
blocking
that-
their path.
Yep, that shows them disengage and both teams should reset. Temple spawning. Gale Force is probably going to go towards mid lane. Try and fight them on this mid temple.
ETC, meanwhile, is taking top temple.
Gale Force needs to get onto one of these at the very least.
Looks like they're just waiting for Meriden. Here comes the ETC stage dive. There goes the silence. But a good D-shield on Vala. There goes March. And Leo goes down. And
Nice
a three-man Maw.
Can they set up on this Mon and end the game? Or at least end the fight?
Two go down. Meriden got really low. And died.
It's a team fight? A team wipe, I mean?
Yeah. It looks like it. And it looks like Vox is going in to
End the
secure
game?
the game.
I think they have it. Only 7 seconds on the arc, that maybe Leora can do something to defend. I don't know if Vox didn't get there quick enough. They might though. They've got 25 seconds inside of everybody else. I think that might be a game. I think you're right. GG to Fox Nelly. They move on to our finals.
Vox has done really well so far with very unusual comps. They really know how to keep the pressure up.
Do you think there's any answer for any team to be able to beat them?
I'm not sure.
Well, great game either way, and let us go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will have our grand finals. Thanks for tuning in.